Hello and welcome back. I want to talk about the tragedy of Superman 3. Superman 2 was once my favourite movie ever, especially during the 80s and early 90s. I was raised on this movie, more than the first. I found the first one to be boring. No real villain besides Lex Luthor. As an 8-year-old boy, I wanted to see Superman fighting. And in Superman 2, we get that delivered in abundance. The fight scene with the three Kryptonian villains is a spectacle. You feel like you're in Metropolis, the destruction of what these aliens have done to the city. This movie at first glance is everything you want from a sequel. It ups the ante, it brings back the things that you loved and delivers it with a big bow. So why is it such a shit show of a movie watching it now as an adult, probably 500 times later? It is because of all the research of what happened behind the scenes. The main culprit is Richard Lester. People could say no, it was the Salkinds for firing Richard Donner. I like to blame Richard Lester. Richard Lester will have seen the first movie and will have been hired with a huge chunk of an already complete Superman 2 from the work already complete by Richard Donner. Now this guy, Richard Lester, for some unknown reason, already seeing the success of the Superman movie, decides to add comedy by the bucketful. Bad comedy at that. It is like he looked at the first movie and thought, I want to completely alter this. A bit like how Rian Johnson destroyed Star Wars, the same goes here for Richard Lester. Lester wanted to make his own stamp on this sequel, undercutting the previous director, being a yes man to the Salkinds. Superman 2 was a hit. It was always going to be. Before the internet and being the second part in this already well-established Superman movie, the intrigue was already there. Nobody wanted to work with Richard Lester. They all loved Donner. Lester becomes Richard Jester when he gets to helm his own baby in Superman 3. The Salkinds, believing that he was responsible for Superman 2's success, hire him again. And from the get-go of the movie, you see this now comic book world turns into this goofy, unfunny parody of errors. They just keep upping the terrible comedy in this movie. It feels like a Superman movie in tone, but this is where the comparison sadly stops. The movie has heart, and the best scenes are when Clark is in Smallville with Lana. For this, I will give the director some credit. The Smallville scenes are wonderful, and you feel the sense of romance and love shine through from the performances of Christopher Reeve and Annette O'Toole. That being said, we already have a bad taste in our mouths right from the start of the movie. How do we shift this bitter taste which surrounds our palate? We just simply can't. Even though Smallville scenes are wonderful, they get shat on by unfunny side characters, and this lands with the responsibility of Richard Lester. Richard Pryor is a good actor. He's tremendously funny, but he relies on having a potty mouth to do so. When you make a movie for kids, you cannot let the actor roam free. It is one of the weirdest additions to a franchise I have ever witnessed. In the last movie, you had 3 Kryptonian villains taking over the White House. In this, you get Richard Pryor with no knowledge of computers able to hack everything, like he is the villain in Live Free or Die Hard. That movie stole that idea, but we won't talk about that right now. What was he thinking with this storyline? Upping the ante had gone. I know that for every time we watch it, we are secretly hoping that Clark just runs away with Lana. She seems lovely and better suited to him. Lester establishes that too, by ruining Lois. Credit to Margot Kidder for wanting to do minimum work in this one. All down to Lester, the guy undercut one of the most beloved franchises in history. It just isn't talked about enough. Forget about the Salkinds, this was Richard Lester's baby and it shows. The weak villains, the ridiculously unbelievable subplot, Superman 3 has everything you want and everything you hate in a movie. Delivered to you in the guise that it is a sequel to the first movie. Besides a few actors remaining, this is so far removed from the original vision. You ruined the best thing to ever happen to my eyes and brain, so this video is dedicated to you, Richard Lester, and I'm just going to leave that one there. So this video is dedicated to Richard Lester. Without him making a shit version of Superman 3, I wouldn't have made this shit video. So thank you.
See, my take is a little different. My take is that Donner had his finger on the pulse of what the audiences really wanted to see, whereas the Salkinds thought that he was too serious and it wasn't fantasy and comic booky enough, and they thought that, but that's what people want to see. So like, they thought they knew what the audience wanted. They were wrong. Donner knew what the audience wanted, but they were fighting him on it. So ultimately, Lester was giving them what they wanted. So I don't blame Lester. I think I blame the Salkinds. I've had all day to think about this.
Somebody turn on the AC, because it's Angel Caruso.
This guy looks like a fat.
Somebody turn on the AC, because it's Angel Caruso.
Hello and welcome back. After considering and absolutely recoiling at the very vision that James Gunn is bringing of Superman, like everything that keeps getting thrown at me with this new Superman film for 2025, I'm not impressed with. It's like, oh, look at this is him in this costume, and this is look at this guy playing this Guy Gardner, and like, oh, it's so comic book accurate. I'm sorry, but like, you got rid of Henry Cavill for this. You thought Henry Cavill wasn't good enough to do this instead. Like, the whole world is saying we want more Henry Cavill. Nah, I don't want that. You know, I'm gonna change the course. I'm gonna bring a dog into it. I'm gonna present you this, something you've never seen before. Look, it's funny. Look at his haircut. His haircut's so fucking funny during Super Bowl. Like, people staying up late and risking their jobs in the morning because they're staying up to watch the halftime show and see all these trailers. And this is what is given? Fucking hell. Superman was not about this, was it? Is this what people want from Superman? To laugh at it? I don't get it. Like, James Gunn's a great director. I'm not dissing him. But this, to me, looks like a misfire. Like, please surprise me and do something fucking amazing with this film, because I'm angry at this point. Like, because of this. Look, just look at it. Look at this and tell me that you can't do better than this. Like, honestly, hand on heart, I want to know. Can you do better than this? Because I think a child could do better than this. I am not entertained by this. I don't even think it's funny. Whether I know who Guy Gardner is or not, like, the title of this film is Superman. Like, it's not Justice League. Is it? Is it not just called Superman? It's not even called Superman Legacy anymore. It's called Superman. And they're playing, like, fart and dick jokes to promote it. And I'm sorry, but I want more from movie making. I want a hell of a lot more. You get the chance to make a Superman movie, dude, and this is what you're doing with it, James Gunn. Like, come on. Like, look at what you've got so far and go, is this really what I want to see? Clearly he does. Clearly, you know what? I don't fucking care whether his eyes are looking left, right, north, south. I'm not asked. This film looks shit to me. It looks shit. James Gunn, you're ruining Superman for me. Superman and Lois, the TV show, was a stretch, and now it's like, this is just like, oh, come on. Even I want Henry Cavill back. Like, and I think his films were mediocre. The Man of Steel was alright. The rest of them were all shit, including the Justice League, the Snyder Cut. I didn't like it. His performance in it was nothing. The guy is meant to be great, like, show me him acting, but I'd sooner have Henry Cavill back on some sort of continuation, conclusion. Not this. Like, I want just a Superman film. I don't want it to be against Lex Luthor. It's like, how many times have we seen that? And they still keep doing it. Like, it's like Lex Luthor is the only villain for Superman. Played by Nicholas Hoult, who I wouldn't have cast as Lex Luthor in a million years. Michael Rosenbaum was the best Lex Luthor, in my opinion. And I think it's going to be hard to top him. Good luck to everyone involved, but you're not getting my money. I will not be paying to see this film, because this hysteria that everyone's going on about it, like, are you really genuinely looking forward to this? Please, somebody tell me what it is that I'm missing from this. spectacle that we're going to be getting in July. I hope to God I'm so wrong. I hope to God it makes $1 billion fucking dollars and you get lots of fucking Christmas toys of dogs with capes on. Because that is the future, right? That's what you're all wanting. Another Baby Yoda. I'm fucking done. I'm sick of being angry over this film. I've got a Superman tattoo. Like, I used to be proud of that. And just like the Ghostbusters insignia, I'm embarrassed by it now. Superman has lost its value. And I'm just gonna leave that one there.
Somebody turn on the AC, because it's Angel Caruso.
Just when you thought it was safe to go back into Metropolis, only one man can save the city from becoming ground zero.
Where is the woman?
Give it up, you'll never find her.
If you will not tell me, I will hurt people.
This summer, buckle up and place your bets. From the studio who brought you Masters of the Universe, Missing in Action, and Cobra, and the director of The Entity, starring Christopher Reeve, Margot Kidder, mostly off-screen, and introducing Mark Pillow, Superman for The Quest for Peace. This time, you will not believe a man can fly. A Canon Pictures production.
Hey, stop! Stop! That's enough! That's enough! You win. I'll take you to her.
Only one man can save the city. And this time, he's for real. Superman for The Quest for Peace. A Canon Pictures production.
Somebody turn on the AC, because it's Angel Caruso.
Hello and welcome back. I just wanted to do a response to this comment on my video. A personal one, which I don't usually do, but I'm going to give it a go. First of all, I'm going to read it out. So his response was this to my video. Superman isn't dead. There's just a lot of whiny losers on the internet looking for the dumbest things to complain about, and they are entitled brats that have no idea what Superman is supposed to be, with the hope of kindness he inspires. Well, let's go back and look at Batman vs Superman and look at the profits of that film. Let's look at Justice League and all that hope that he inspires, okay? Let's look at that, because if it was so much hope that he inspires, then it would have made $2-3 billion. That's how much hope I have in this little comment. I will continue. It's like they just want to see him kick ass like in Dragon Ball Z anime type show. Right, first of all, I've never seen Dragon Ball Z and I don't watch anime. I don't want that. That's just effing dumb. I'm mostly glad it looks like they're actually having Superman be Superman again finally. Yes, they are, but with a dog. And with other superheroes turning up. In his own first solo movie that has been rushed out after they've just cancelled another universe. Okay? I'm just responding as we go with this. Cavill was okay, but his Superman was too sad and lost and confused, and that just isn't Superman. Brandon Routh did a better portrayal of the character. Did he? Show me a scene where he does a good portrayal and has more dialogue than one sentence. Show me. This new Superman is going to be great, and it looks like it will be some actual comic book fun instead of some lame, broody, emo, sad sack loser garbage we've been getting lately. Yeah. Okay, so you want it to be a kids' film. Brilliant. If the most you can whine about is a dog being in a movie, this is a legitimate thing. First of all, the dog. How old is the dog? Because a dog's lifespan's not the same as a human. So a dog surviving to him being an adult, already it's a kid's movie. Like, oh, you just got to suspend your disbelief. I don't want to. Okay? I don't want to. As a grown man, I don't want to. Let's keep going. If the most you can whine about is a dog being in a movie, then you are one of those whiny losers. You like the word whiny, don't you? You didn't talk about anything important like the plot, and the casting just makes you sound like a petulant little teenager sitting in his parents' basement. That, granted, swearing is unnecessary, so I'll let you have that one. But as for the whiny loser? No. James Gunn presents us with a trailer, right? To say, here is what we have on the menu. I look at that menu and I go, I don't really like the look of that. I might skip it. And that is the purpose of this video. There's no whiny loser. Okay? So I'm just breaking it down for you. You was really impressed with that trailer, so you're trying to defend it. And you're naturally going to do that. You need to see dogs and stuff like that because it does something to your brain. It gives you some sort of endorphin. Where you go, yeah, I want that. For me, as a grown man, I'm not interested in seeing that. That's the sort of thing you see on like kids programs like Super Pets and things like that. Bringing that to live action, I'm just not interested in it. Call me whiny, whatever, not bothered. I don't think I'm alone by the look at the other comments that have come in. So there we are. I'm just going to leave that one there. John Chewell, 2375.
Somebody turn on the AC, because it's Angel Caruso.
When your battleground becomes a war zone, a Canon Pictures production. From the director of Jack the Giant Slayer, X-Men Apocalypse, and Valkyrie. And he's back with a completely different actor. And only featuring actors he's worked with in prior films. Kevin Spacey, James Marsden, Kate Bosworth. And this time, he directed more than half the film. Superman 3, The Quest, The Annihilation, Batman. A Canon Pictures production. Kevin Spacey, James Marsden, Kate Bosworth, and introducing Bryan Singer's Love at First Sight, Brandon Routh. And this time, he's Batman. Superman 3, The Quest, The Annihilation, Batman.
Somebody turn on the AC, because it's Angel Caruso.
I'm sorry.
No, you don't have anything to be sorry about. I don't know why I did that.
Maybe you wanted to.
I don't think I did.
Well, maybe you didn't want to with your mind, but maybe you wanted to with your heart.
We better talk.
I'm in love with you.
We really better talk.
I'm listening.
We can't talk here.
What's happening? That's the understatement of the year. Where do you want to talk?
Lois? Now that you know, I think you should know it all.
I want to.
Let's go to my place.
I suggest you listen and go over to Spotify and listen to Angel Caruso's movie podcast. I know what I will be doing with my evenings. So, yeah, head on over to Angel Caruso's movie podcast. Try it yourself. Angel Caruso's movie podcast. Heal the world, let's hold hands, and pray together for peace.
Somebody turn on the AC, because it's Angel Caruso. Somebody turn on the AC, because it's Angel Caruso.
Hello and welcome back. Imagine making a Superman movie where the title character is enough to carry the movie, and then you shove in a dog, a member of the Green Lantern, Guy Gardner, Kara Zor-El, she's Supergirl, Hawk Girl, Rick Flag Sr., Mr. Terrific, Metamorpho, all these characters that no one gives a fuck about. Maxwell Lord, played by James Gunn's brother. Isn't that fun? Isn't it fun how he always puts his brother in movies? Isn't that fun? Look, I don't know if it's just me or what, but like, all these extra characters are taking away vital minutes of character development of Superman. To throw him into this world with no origin background story. I don't need a full-on origin story, but I'd like some sort of origins, especially if you're going to be introducing a dog, because no part of my childhood would I associate Superman with a dog. Now I know it's in the comics, but that doesn't mean it needs to come to live action. We don't bring Adam West into live action, so why are we bringing in dogs? We're bringing in dogs because we know that Rocket Raccoon worked in Guardians of the Galaxy. So it's like, let's have a safe bet and try and replicate that. Now, is he going to be a wisecracking dog? No. But already he's trying to steal the hearts and souls of, I don't know, people who have lost their masculinity and want to see dogs flying with capes. When you need to introduce this many other characters in the first movie, I think you've got problems. I've never seen anything of Hawk Girl like in real life. No one wears Hawk Girl pajamas or has a Hawk Girl lunchbox or a Hawk Girl bedroom, but it's okay, we're just going to introduce a Hawk Girl. So that, again, for each character that has superpowers, you take away a little bit of Superman. Where are the stakes when you have him having friends, just like in Justice League when he came and saved the day at the end? The reality was he could have done it all on his own, didn't need the other people. I don't want this from Superman. I can't believe I'm even saying this. I've always wanted a really good Superman movie, and a really good Superman movie doesn't involve a dog and trying to make the audience feel cute and stuff like that. I just don't get it. It's weird. Metamorpho, brilliant. Character I've never heard of or care for. Frank Grillo being the stereotypical character that he is. Rick Flag Sr. It's like, come on, man. Have you got no versatility? Does James Gunn not want something different? Like, I feel like we've seen him in Captain America as the same sort of character. So I just wanted to do some research to see how much did Warner Brothers lose with the Henry Cavill universe, that version. And it says, while there isn't a single concrete figure for how much DC lost on the DCEU, several reports and analysis indicate that the franchise as a whole resulted in significant financial losses for Warner Brothers, with some films like Batman vs Superman and Justice League being considered major box office bombs, contributing to the overall deficit. However, the exact amount of loss is difficult to pinpoint due to factors like marketing costs and revenue from streaming services. Now this makes sense why they're going for the dog route, because they know how much Baby Yoda worked for The Mandalorian. Like, I understand it, Warner Brothers need to recoup some money, and they know that people are dumb in 2025 and are happy to see dogs. They were happy to see a dog in Deadpool and Wolverine, so even more reason to hammer and force feed this fucking dog down people's throats. And people are like, who's in the comics? So therefore, that's what we want to see. Brilliant. Brilliant. I love how your imagination can go so far that you need a fucking dog for a man who can do everything. He's meant to be lonely. He's meant to be an alien, isolated on this world. But now he suddenly has a plethora of friends. So many friends that I don't really give a fuck what's going on. Hawk Girl, please. Please. You know when you're desperate and you're like, I'm going to be tabletop man. You know, like Hawk Girl. Like, how many superheroes have they created? Hawk Girl, yeah, she's real interesting, yeah. Yeah. Kraven the Hunter, like, really interesting character. No, it's not. Nobody fucking wants characters like that. If they did, they would have already been made. Like, it's fucking... This is bullshit. Anyways. Boring. Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, like, he wants to play this character for years. That's not his decision to make. I've got so much to explore with this character. Again, not your decision to make. Like, you are there to do a job. It's down to the writers, the director, that vision. Wonderful, like, you want to take Lex on this journey, but you're not taking us all along for the ride with us, so just the arrogance of that. I don't want to see Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. I'd prefer to see him as James Bond, but there you are. This film has got disaster written all over it. I hope I'm proven wrong. I really do. I'm just going to leave that one there.
Somebody turn on the AC, because it's Angel Caruso.
As of today, I'm not a visitor anymore because the Earth is my home too. lot of women thought that when I became the evil Superman in part 3 that I was onto something. A lot of the secretaries at the studio said, "Ooh, now it's a bit butch." And the rest of the time, it's too much of a Boy Scout for them to get turned on to.
What about the Lois
It's
Superman
unusual finding a good-looking girl like you alone like this.
As
No,
it
I
always
think
has?
I think Christopher felt that that I was too old to be romantic with him this time, so he wanted.
Somebody turn on the AC, because it's Angel Caruso.
No word of a lie, when I watch a film, and I've seen as many films as I have, this is how I see films. Especially when they're done by the same director, or if I see the same trope. So I just need to put this out there, because I've just watched Superman, and when this scene was happening, I was supposed to feel something, but because I've already seen it in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I felt nothing. I felt nada, zero. And I should have done, because this is like a hero character doing his thing. I think Yondu does it better, and I think it's done with a better song. This scene just didn't work for me. Does anybody else feel the same?
Somebody turn on the AC, because it's Angel Caruso. Somebody turn on the AC, because it's Angel Caruso.
Hello and welcome back.
Congratulations, old buddy. You're going to go down in history as the man who killed Superman.
Now, I love Christopher Reeve as Superman. I always have done since being a kid. It's one of my earliest memories. It's one of the best experiences. I'll never forget the time that my dad... I adored them, and he tried his best to bootleg them so I could have all 4 of them, because we lived in a different country and it was not easy to just pick up these films. So on the playground I would be at school imagining telling people about Superman. They'd have watched it as well, and you know, the first one, wow, what an epic film. Richard Donner brings an amazing portrayal of both Clark and Superman. That's the essential part. No other incarnation of Superman has been as good as Christopher Reeve's difference between Clark and Superman. Like you take Tom Welling in Smallville, for instance. It's a great show, but he plays no difference. But he doesn't know that he has to pretend to be a nerd, I guess. But there is no excuse for it in Man of Steel. They just put a pair of glasses on him and just do the suspend for disbelief thing, and I don't like that. What does interest me is that James Gunn is now going ahead with his Superman, and he's trying to change it up a little bit by ruffling up his hair and making him look different. No one's ever tried that since the dweeby Christopher Reeve.
I mean, why would anyone want to make a total stranger look like a fool?
Loving these films, it's not enough. Like, I have a dislike for Superman 3. Enough for me to go and get my time machine. So I went back to 1996 and plucked Juliette Lewis straight from the set of From Dusk Till Dawn.
Richie, would you do me a favor and eat my pussy for me, please?
Where are you taking us?
And ask her, does she want to join me, Angel Caruso, in Superman 3? She said, what do you mean? I said, get in my time machine, let's go back to 1983. I'm going to play Superman, you're going to play Lana Lang. Together, we are going to change the course of history. So this is what we did.
Somebody turn up the AC, because Angel Caruso's arrived.
Get your ass sat down.
I wanted to do it anyway.
Hey, don't be nervous. So what does a girl like you, Lana, do in her spare time?
Let's see. I spend time with my family.
Boring, watch this. The only way I could get Juliette Lewis on board was if I completely changed the script for Superman 3.
You know, I'm not satisfied yet, which is really good because it makes me Try harder.
The only way she would play a part in this is if she played Lana her own way and had her own powers that came out of her eyes.
Caruso. So I went back to 1983 and I went to the Salkinds and I showed them a copy of Superman 3 and how much profit it was going to bring them, because these two were the greediest studio producers of the 80s. I saw what they did with the first and the second one, so I showed them that if they went with this route of taking Richard Pryor and getting rid of Gene Hackman and all of these things that we loved about the first two, that it was going to be a disaster. And them being greedy, they snapped me up and chose Angel Caruso to play Superman. So I had to go in and fire Christopher Reeve and explain to him that this film is not going to work for you, and we don't want you back because I'm the new Superman. So I had to go to the gym, an 80s gym.
You have the physique of a man half your age. What's the secret?
Caruso. After I was staring at all the women in the gym and looking at all this spandex and lycra, which was brand new, I decided to work out and build myself up, because I was going to be playing the Man of Steel, but this time it was going to be better. It was going to be better than Val Kilmer coming into Batman Forever. It was going to be the new seed of Superman. They were convinced. I pitched the idea and they loved it. Juliet, however, was dubious. I said to her, if you star in this with me, we are going to make this a huge success. Your acting chops, my good looks, together, Angel Caruso and Juliette Lewis can bring Superman back to the big screen with a bang. And boy, did we do that. I think you need to... So the moral of this story is, if you don't like a film from the past, then go back to the past and change it, star in it, be in it, become the film. And I'm just going to leave that one there.
Save it.
Somebody turn on the AC, because it's Angel Caruso.